Robert Mugabe, affectionately known as Uncle Bob, is the man who brought freedom to Zimbabwe, then known as Rhodesia, after decades of white minority. To others, he was a revolutionary hero and an undoubted man of action who fought racial oppression and stood up to Western imperialism and neo-colonialism. During his time, he continued to remind the world that never again will Zimbabwe be directly or indirectly colonized. One was in 2002 at the United Nations Earth Summit in Durban, where he told the then British Prime Minister Tony Blair to mind his business.
We are not Europeans. We have not asked for any inch of Europe, or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
And he did not tolerate any interference in Zimbabwe's affairs and told Commonwealth off after his country was barred from a summit in Britain and its former colonies, saying he will not trade his country's sovereignty and they can do without the political association of former British colonies.
There are many other clubs we can join.
Whenever the straight talker took the floor, it was all ears. At the 26th African Union Summit, he told the then UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, whom he described as a good man, to speak in no unequivocal terms about the inequality in the UN Security Council. He said the Council's headquarters is also misplaced.
Where do you have most of the people? You have 1.2 million people in India, 1.3 in China, and Africa, we are getting to nearly 1 billion also. Now put us together, just these three, and then put those with the white faces and pink noses.
Mugabe also warned Europe to get out of Africa's affairs.
Your party, Chama cha Mapinduzi, had been in power for too long. You must now allow another party also to take over. Is that democracy? And that was coming from Europe. Tell them to shut their mouths.
His movements were under the microscope wherever he went, and Mugabe thanked the media for the publicity.
For the publicity you have given me, as you focused, those of you who focused on me as a real dictator. So, if Blair said I'm no longer willing to pay for the land, should we have just folded our hands and say, oh, Lord Almighty, I pray in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit?
Mugabe was the most educated president that the world has ever known. History has it that he possessed 7 aggregated genuine undergraduate and master degrees and 11 honorary degrees. His quotes are countless, and here are but some. On Britain, he said, "We have fought for our land, we have fought for our sovereignty. Small as we are, we have won our independence, and we are prepared to shed our blood. So Blair, keep your England, and let me keep my Zimbabwe." Death. I have died many times. That's where I have beaten Christ. Christ died once and resurrected once. On Barack Obama and same-sex marriages, I have just concluded, since President Obama endorses same-sex marriage, advocates homosexual people, and enjoys an attractive countenance, that if it becomes necessary, I shall travel to Washington, D.C., get down on my knee, and ask his hand. African resources belong to Africa. Others may come to assist as our friends and allies, but no longer as colonizers or oppressors, no longer as racists. Stepping down as president, Some are saying Mr. Mugabe is old, so he should step down. No, when my time comes, I will tell you. These were the words of the icon Robert Mugabe.